my name is Diana and I am part of the Miami Children's Museum's theater troupe. Today, as part of our Back to School Mini Monday programming, we are going to be reading Zagazoo by Quentin Blake, thanks to our sponsors at PNC Bank and Florida Dairy Farmers. This book is all about life and learning to adjust, just like going back to school, where you get to sit and listen to stories and pay attention to your teachers and learn a bunch of new things. So without further ado, here is Zagazoo. Once upon a time, there was a happy couple. Their names were George and Bella.
Había una vez una pareja de enamorados llamados Jorge y Bella.
They spent their days making model airplanes, dusting, and eating strawberry and vanilla ice cream.
Ellos pasaban los días jugando con aviones, limpiando y comiendo helado de vainilla y fresa.
One day, the postman brought them a strange-looking parcel, and they unwrapped it together.
Un día les llegó un paquete grande y extraño. Ay, ¿qué creen que están ahí adentro? No sé. Bueno, lo abrieron juntos.
Can you see it? What do you think is in there? It's big, maybe a car. Let's see. Inside, there was a little pink creature, as pretty as could be. What is that, everybody? It's a baby.
Dentro del paquete había una criatura lindo y delicado.
And on it was a label that said its name was Zagazoo.
Y decía que el nombre era Zagazoo.
Oh, how lovely it was! George and Bella spent their days throwing it from one to the other.
¡Ay, qué lindo era Zagazoo! Que Jorge y Bella pasaban los días tirándolo del uno al otro.
But Zagazoo was not quite perfect.
Pero Zagazoo no era perfecto.
But his happy smile seemed to make up for that. And George and Bella went on happily, throwing him to each other higher and higher. It was a wonderful life.
Pero la sonrisa de él hacía que todo sea mejor. Y entonces Jorge y Bella seguían tirándolo más alto y más alto. Era una vida maravillosa.
And then, one day, George and Bella got up one morning and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a huge baby vulture.
Jorge y Bella se levantaron una mañana y descubrieron que Zagazoo había cambiado a un pájaro enorme.
His screeches were terrifying. They were even worse at night.
Los llantos eran horribles. Eran peor por la noche.
Oh, what shall we do? Said George. How can we stand it?
¡Ay! ¡Qué feo es esto! Dijo Jorge. ¿Cómo lo vamos a superar?
But then,
Pero entonces, ¡dan, dan, dan!
they got up one morning and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a small elephant. Can you do an elephant sound with me? Let's try it. Do it again. Good job.
Una mañana se levantaron y descubrieron que Zagazoo cambió otra vez, pero esta vez a un elefante.
He knocked over the furniture, he pulled the tablecloth off the table, he ate anything he could lay his trunk on.
Ay, tumbaba todo en los muebles, jalaba el mantel de la mesa, se comía todo lo que podía tener en las manos.
Oh, this is awful, said Bella. How can we cope?
¡Ay, qué horrible! Dijo Bella. ¿Cómo lo vamos a superar?
But then,
Pero entonces, ¡dan, dan, dan!
one morning they got up and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a warthog.
Una mañana se despertaron y se dieron cuenta que Zagazoo cambió otra vez. Pero esta vez cambió a un jabalí
He rolled about in anything that looked like mud and ran about the house with it.
que ensuciaba todo por la casa.
"Oh, this is dreadful," said George. "There's just no end to it."
¡Ay, no, qué feo!, dijo Jorge. Es que no hay fin de esto.
But then,
Pero entonces, ¡dan, dan, dan!
oh, they got up one morning and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a small, bad-tempered dragon.
Otra mañana se despertaron y se dieron cuenta que Zagazoo cambió otra vez, pero esta vez a un dragón súper mal geniado.
He scorched the carpet. He set fire to the sweater of the neighbor who had just come to sell magazine subscriptions.
Ay, incendió la carpeta, incendió el suéter del vecino que solamente vino a dejar unas flores.
"No, this is terrible," said Bella. "In no time, he's going to burn the whole house down."
¡Que esto es terrible!, dijo Bella. En cualquier momento nos va a encender toda la casa.
But then,
Pero entonces, ¡dan, dan, dan!
oh, they got up one morning and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a bat that hung on the curtains and waited.
Otra mañana se despertaron y ¿qué creen? Otra vez cambió Zagazoo. Pero esta vez a un murciélago.
And the next day he was a warthog again, and some days he was the elephant, and some days he was a bad-tempered dragon.
Y otros días era un jabalí, y otros días era un elefante, y otros días era un dragón mal geniado.
"This is driving us crazy," said Bella. "If only he'd stay one thing."
Esto nos está volviendo locos, dijo Bella. Es que no se puede quedar de una cosa.
But then,
Pero entonces, ¡dan, dan, dan!
oh no. One morning, they got up, and Zagazoo had changed into a strange, hairy creature.
Ay, no. Ay, no, no. No puede ser. No puede ser. Una mañana, Jorge y Bella se levantaron y se dieron cuenta que Zagazoo había cambiado otra vez. Pero esta vez a una cosa rara y peluda y como una criatura monstruo.
No, said Bella. "I preferred the elephant. Or even the warthog," said George.
¡Ay, no!, dijo Bella. Yo preferiría el elefante o hasta el jabalí, dijo Jorge.
Every day, the creature grew bigger and hairier and stranger.
Todos los días se ponía más grande y más peludo y más raro.
"Suppose it never stops," said Bella.
¡Ay! ¿Y si esto nunca para?, dijo Bella.
"I can't bear to think about it," said George. "It's turning my hair gray already."
Ay, es que no puedo pensar en eso, dijo Jorge. Ya me está dando canas.
"What will become of us?"
¿Qué va a pasar con nosotros?
But then,
Pero entonces... Dan, dan, dan. Ay,
one morning, George and Bella got up and they discovered that Zagazoo had changed into a young man with perfect manners.
una mañana, Jorge y Bella se levantaron y descubrieron que Zagazoo cambió otra vez. Pero esta vez cambió a un joven con modales perfectos.
"Let me get you a chair, Mama," he said, "and let me make you both some breakfast. And if there are any odd jobs that need to get done, just let me know."
¿Sabes? Te voy a agarrar un asiento, mamá. O también les voy a hacer desayuno. Y ¿sabes qué? Si necesitan algo, me dejan saber, ¿sí?
Zagazoo soon made friends with a young woman named Mirabelle, and they found that they were both interested in motorcycle maintenance, flower arrangements, and eating fruit salad.
Zagazoo pronto se hizo amigos con una joven llamada Mirabel. Y se dieron cuenta que a los dos les gustaban mantener motocicletas, les encantaban las flores y les encantaba comer ensalada de frutas.
It was not long before they knew they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together.
Y pronto se dieron cuenta que querían estar el resto de sus vidas juntos.
But then,
Pero entonces,
when they went to tell George and Bella, they discovered that George and Bella had changed into a pair of large brown pelicans.
cuando le fueron a decir a Jorge y a Bella, ellos se dieron cuenta que Jorge y Bella habían cambiado a un par de pelícanos.
You could tell that they were pleased by the news by the way they clattered their beaks.
Y sabían que les encantaba la noticia por la manera que movían los picos.
Isn't life amazing?
La vida es maravillosa.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more videos. From all of us at Miami Children's Museum, we wish you a fun, safe, happy new school year. Bye, everyone.